being so late. Oh my gosh. This fire don't want to fire. I don't know what's up with that. All right. What's up? What's up? Welcome, beautiful souls and spiritual gangsters, to another Thursday Night Live. All right. That's a little better. What's going on just as quick? I don't know. Hey, Brianna, welcome. I am good. I am straight. Chilling, take some of that. Just trying to get myself together because got in late, so I had to rush to jump on live. Ooh, I was trying to clear this energy. How are you doing? How is everything? How are you feeling? How's the week going? How's a Mercury retrograde treating the peoples? It's actually been a pretty calm one over here. So yeah, tonight we are tapping a little into retrograde energy. We are seeing what messages does Mercury retrograde have for y'all? Because with this retrograde season is about revisiting things, especially when it comes to Mercury retrograde. So we want to know if there's anything that needs revisiting, anything that needs a second look, a second glance. And, you know, that's what's up. I like to hear it. And I love that for you. Listen, the higher road, it's a hard road to take sometimes. It really is. Like, I'm not going to lie. When it comes to like sometimes taking the higher road, I'm like, I want to go demon. Like sometimes I really just want to let my shadow do the talking for me. But this season, not so bad. It's been pretty chill. Ms. Nico, welcome. Welcome, y'all. Happy Thursday. All right, get some more of that. I feel like I need like some more. We have some new energy here. Take some of that. Let that burn a little bit. Let that smell. So we tapping in for Mercury retrograde energy. I'm gonna see if there's anything that needs revisiting, anything that needs a second look, any messages that this particular retrograde season is asking y'all to revisit. Any particular things, peoples, you know. I'm doing wonderful. I think I have ended all karmic cycles and loops, so the retrograde has been kind to me thus far, but I'm going to keep it at that because we still got time to go on this retrograde clock. It is until the 20th, and of course, it being in the sign of Pisces, you'll find like more Pisces prominent signs having their run of it, but Mercury retrograde basically affects everyone that is not or refuses to deal with anything that they should have. I know. It could be rough. Like, listen, I've had some, this is how I know for certain that retrograde wasn't just like a fad thing because weird stuff would only happen like electronics breaking down, like travel delays, like so many different things would happen only during retrograde. And I'm like, but why? So I was like, it has to be a thing. Trust and believe, y'all. I've tried to put my logic all the way around when it comes to astrology, tarot, and all that, but can't break it. I cannot break it. Oh no, this is why everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody. Those that know, and as I say that, Seven of Swords, those that know realize the importance of, taking your time, slowing down a little bit during retrograde season, because yes, it comes with its own energy, and for better or for worse, it is there for us to improve upon and to revisit what we need to. So today we're asking, what messages is this Mercury retrograde trying to bring y'all? What do y'all need to revisit, if anything? What needs a second glance? So, Brianna, you were here first, so we're going to start with you. Well, the spiritual peeps get it. And that's all that matters. If you know, you know. And then Miss Nika, we will, if you would like such a read, that is, but I'm guessing that's what you're here for, is a reading. Because you think you missed like the couple, the last couple came in on the last part of it. All right, Brianna. So let's take a look and see. What does this Mercury retrograde need you to take a second look at? What are the messages for you? I got you. All right, so stick around. You're next. You are next. All right, let's see. So Brianna, let's see that Mercury retrograde messages. Ooh. Okay, all right. So we're starting off here with the Eight of Wands to the Ten of Swords to Death in Reverse. Two of Swords. The Eight of Cups landed on the Two of Swords, so we're going to talk about that. Ten of Wands to the Ace of Swords. So we got two tens here. 10-10. That's your, so this is actually, this feels like your completion. When it comes to, you probably had those retrograde seasons that I was mentioning that were pretty rough, and you may not have known at the time what it was about, but trying to call to your attention what it is that you need to focus on. So this feels like that you're putting a lot of cycles to rest, and a lot of things are becoming clearer. There's like a lot of clarity coming in, because we have the Ace to the Two of Swords. So it's kind of like coming out of that like two-mindedness, like indecisiveness, I want to say, and really just learning to let that shit go. Let it go. And pretty quickly too, because this Ace of Wands is like, I am not doing another one of these rounds, so this gotta be it. This is it. But as far as what Mercury retrograde wants you to address right now is anything that is still left with the ancestors slash death in reverse. What has not? What has been coming up for you? Because something has not transformed here yet. Because like I said, you're coming out of it. I feel like this is one of your last rounds where people are going to either be testing you or trying to, put one over on you. But there's something here with Death in Reverse that still is calling for your attention. I want to clarify on that. What is this Death in Reverse? Welcome, Star Knight. No, we are tapping into Mercury retrograde messages. What needs to be revisited? What needs to be, you know, closer inspection, if you will. What needs a closer inspection, or what needs to be addressed that you have not been, or avoiding. Any denials? What's this? Ancestors in reverse. Why did that in reverse? Oh, okay. So we have the Seven of Wands. This defensiveness. So, okay. With this retrograde, because it's saying, like, you know, how you were mentioning, like, you're taking the higher road, there's still a portion of this where, you know, you may feel yourself being defensive or triggered by certain things. All right. So when it comes to your triggers, there's still something left there that you need to address. And with the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands, it may be your tact, it may be your delivery of communication, like how you are communicating. Yeah, especially with this Ace of Swords here. Truth is the bomb. All right. Authenticity is the bomb. All right. We definitely want authenticity and truth spoken when and where possible. It's how you do it, though, because if you're seeing that how you express your truths is not being well received, and, you know, it leads to misunderstandings. Let's just say that it leads to misunderstandings where you would prefer to be understood versus not. So just address Mercury. This Mercury retrograde is asking you to address your communication and how you're coming across, because it is still sharp. It is still, let's say, it has that cutting edge to it. So be careful of that. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get some oracle words for Brianna, please. Yeah. Bring 11, because there's no cups here besides the Eight of Cups, which means like really not emotionally invested, walking away from emotions, not really giving it that, you know, that attention. But we need more love here. And there was another one, acceptance. So this is to tell you, and these are both purple. So in addressing your crown chakra and really being able to just release your expectations when it comes to dealing with people, right? And being able to accept people as they are, because people just be people in, all right? And this is a collective message. People will be people. So trying to correct them, self esteem showing up here, trying to correct them or trying to change them, it never works. All right. So your best bet is to focus on numero uno. All right. And lock into just upgrading yourself. All right. Balance and self esteem showing up here. So also to, you know, make sure that you're still working on upping your self esteem. Two of Wands to the King of Pentacles here. You're on your way, though. You are on your way. The changes that you've been making is definitely energetically seen. So keep going, but just know that your communication is being called out. She said, true, true, true. Yeah, because I'm getting like a frustration, like, this person, like, why can't they just, because it's them, because they are who they are. And only if they want to evolve and change is that going to happen. It's really not up to us to try and save anyone or change anyone's mind, because why? Why bother? Just rock with your people, rock with your tribe, people that understand you, and, you know, be open to accepting people as they come. Yes. Keep that energy going. Like I'm telling you, it is You're upgrading. Those two tens tell me that like this is probably one of the, unless you decide to just go way wait, no, that's my left. Way left there. Yeah, this will be probably the last retrograde season that you'll, have to experience any kind of delays or um I don't want to say misfortunes, but just annoyances, let's say that. Welcome. Thank you for the sub. And yes, I do have a queue though, so if you'd like to stick around, Lucky, you are welcome to do so. And Miss Nika, you're next. Starry Night, if you wanted a retrograde reading, just let me know. Because this is a specific theme that we're going by. So I'm not doing generals, I'm not doing, anything other than the theme question. Well, if everyone that was here sticks around, you would be actually number 4, I believe. So I'm on 2 now. Paging Miss Nika. Paging Miss Nika. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I want to make sure that. I mean, I think I'm going to do the reading anyway because y'all could always watch on the replay. Welcome, Blue Star. All right, cool. Yes, y'all get comfortable. Grab your snacks, grab your water. And as I say that, let me take a sip of water because I'm fasting right now. So I have to hydrate regularly or I will start to get all kinds of. So let's see. This one's from Miss Nika. What messages does Mercury Retrograde have for Miss Nika? What needs a second look? What needs to be revisited, if anything? Go left, go left. There we go. Whew. All right. So we're starting off with the Queen of Swords to the Five of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles. Temperance with the Six of Swords on top. Strength to the Ace of Cups. All right, so this disposition, Miss Nika, I feel like you're like you let your guard down around people that you're comfortable with, spaces that you feel comfortable. This is, a lot of people, but there seems to be a demeanor. You may have been accused of having what is it? RBF. I'm getting RBF here. And yeah. All right. What's being called strongly though is a lack mentality as far as your past experiences, thinking that or connecting more so with your past, thinking that it dictates your future or things will never change, not being able to stay like present, like grounded in the present and looking positively towards the future because you're not done yet. You still have some cycles to go. So there's still learning aspect, there's still lessons that you need to learn. So it's not over. If you think that you've learned everything or that you've had all of these experiences, that no, it's not over. All right. This is what Mercury retrograde is asking you to do is temper yourself and be able to see that, you know, it's only a season, but to keep moving forward and with a better mind frame about it too. Realizing, showing with strength, realizing that, you know, you've basically you've lived through a good amount of experiences. All right. So just know that regardless of what comes, you will be able to deal with it. All right. Gotta open up that heart chakra because I do not get this is only cups here, which is what I feel like leading up to the main message is what they want you to address is keeping your heart open because I'm getting very closed off in a way when it comes to new experiences. I just heard no new friends. Like it's giving that, you know, your past experiences have tainted you to a point where you not very trusting, not very open to what could be. All right, so you gotta stay open. The Page of Wands to the King of Wands. It's like that getting fired up about life again because I'm getting a whole like a meh. It's like whatever or whatever thing, but no, like Mercury, like this season wants you to kind of get fired up to know that it's this is not over. This is just the beginning of like a new cycle for you and experiences. All right. So you have to stay open. You have to allow yourself to feel things because it's not giving very open to feelings. You're like, ugh. Feelings, ew. But no, you got to feel your feels. All right. They're not going to go away. You have to deal with it. You have to heal. You have to have a forward thinking mindset because if you feel stuck, it's because your mindset is keeping you stuck. So let's get some oracle words to go with this. I just got also be open to higher learning because if you've thought about going back to school or taking a course or doing something that just increases your skill set, do it. Blue Star, this is for Miss Nika. I don't know. I see people are responding. That's not Miss Nika. And I'm like, do they not know? I'm reading for. So if y'all are resonating with this as a general message, please do that. Take what resonates, but this is a reading for Miss Nika. The pride comes before the fall. I think that's the saying. Pride comes before the fall. Pride says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. No, you don't, but that's what they're asking you to do. The pride factor is being called out right now and definitely evident with the Page of Wands to the King of Wands. If you have found yourself being a little too prideful and not realizing that, you know, you need to be more receptive. And envy and forgiveness coming out as well. And this is a lot of yellow and orange. So, like having to deal with your sacral chakra area, just be careful, especially with these wands on the bottom here, that you're also not putting yourself in situations, physical situations that you will require healing from later. Because being too open with your energy, and this is definitely a collective message, being too open with your sacral energy is never a good thing. All right. You want to make sure that you are open to those that are, you know, giving to you, that are going to be receptive of your energy, that are not going to just take from you. Because this is giving like you've been taken from, been taken advantage of. And that's what's kind of like, you know, that's behind what this whole thing is. So it's time to let go of that. It's time to heal from past situations, open that heart chakra back up, and just limit, you know, just use your discernment when it comes to accepting people back into your life, because not everybody's going to deserve you. So you have to definitely, and that's definitely collective, not everybody is deserving of your energy. So please be discerning about the people you are giving to. If they're just taking and there's no reciprocity, it's time to go. It's time to distance. Boundaries, as Blue Star says. Put your boundaries out. All right, so that is for you. Alrighty. And let me see what's after that. And Starry Night, let me know if you would like. I didn't hear back from you, so I'm not going to assume that you wanted a reading. Then that would mean Lucky, you are next. And when you come into this space, please, 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 let's use common courtesy and sense. All right. Because this is an energy exchange. Especially if you are new here. Hi, Jim. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to everyone. If you're new here, welcome. Shout out to everyone returning. It's definitely a growing space, so it's good to see different energies. And shout out to the international crew. We've been getting some between South Africa, Brazil. It's pretty dope. All right, Lucky. So, no, you cannot. So, if you did not get the message, the theme is what needs revisiting or what needs a second glance during Mercury retrograde for you. That is the reading that I'm doing today. If you'd like to come back and see me on a Tuesday, I do open sessions on Tuesday nights. Welcome from Scotland, Debbie. That's dope. Yes, growing soul family. So I'm definitely grateful and appreciative of those souls coming in that vibe with me, because not everybody's gonna vibe with this, and that is okay. I invite everyone to find the space and the tribe that you vibe with. So if you are inclined to a Mercury retrograde read, which is the theme for the night, Tuesday again is my viewer's choice open session where you can come and ask almost anything. Let's just say almost. No medical or legal questions in particular. But yes. I am in New York City. And seeing as how America is the butt of like every other country's jokes right now, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Like, this country is winning no points on the international scale right now. All right. Welcome from Massachusetts. All right, so Lucky, I'm going to take it that you are retracting. If that is the case, if anyone wants a Mercury retrograde read, let me know. Because, yeah, I'm going to need y'all to put your listening ears on right now, okay? I am doing Mercury retrograde readings, meaning what do you need to revisit during this Mercury retrograde. What is this retrograde trying to tell you as far as, unfinished business? So if you are open to such a reading, feel free to just throw a thumbs up in the comments. All other questions are going to be ignored. Tuesday is my open session night where you can come in and ask your own questions. So, all right, Lonnie said thumbs up. You can't look great either. I hear that. I hear that. All right. All right. So we got Ronnie, we got Zebby. I hear that. Every place has its positives and its negatives. I'm just like flabbergasted how bad it's like a movie. Like if you really look at it, like none of this makes sense. This is only like movie stuff happening right now. And usually, if it was a movie, we would just be able to get up and turn it off. But we can't do that. I don't know what this is, but it ain't it. All right, so let's tap in for Ronnie, please. Let's see. Debbie, stick around. Ruby Red, welcome. Stick around. Blue Star, if you wanted a read, I know you just be chilling here vibing, and I appreciate that as well. But just let me know if you ever do want to actually participate in a read. All right, so let's tap in for Ronnie, please, and thank you. What is this retrograde season asking for Ronnie to revisit, if anything? What needs a second glance, a second look? What's up? What's up? Okay, did not mean to do that, but I'll take it and put it off to the side. That's interesting. I've not seen that. Why is this like, it's all these twos coming out for you, like two at a time? Oh, I'll take it. There is a Wonderlust energy present for you. Three of Wands to the Queen of Wands is like that, kind of a devil may care persona, but in the sense of adventure. Like this is giving very adventurous. This is giving catch me if you can. That's what it's giving. Oh Lord. Okay. So I'm going to, yeah, no, I don't, we're not doing that. Again, people, find the space that vibes with you. If this is not it, that is okay. All right. We're not going to do all the Jesus fanatic talk. We're not doing that. Lover's energy here. This is giving very much like walking the line for adventure. Like you really have like, I get this like bucket list of things you want to do. King of Cups in reverse on top of the King of Swords. This is kind of like head over heart over head, like trying to make decisions that are grounded, but it's like something is calling you. Something else is calling you here. Two of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. It's like you're split. Like it's giving a split. I don't split personality. No, I don't want to say split personality, but just like split in how you have to handle things, or split in how you like where you want to be versus where you are, because you may not like where you're residing. You may not even want to be there now, because it's giving like your road is a long one. You like the scenic route. You like to take in scenic places and go places that that phrase wanderlust keeps coming up. All All right, so this Mercury retrograde, like, because I'm getting that this is, all right, so this makes a lot more sense. Two, another, wait, do we have a two? Yeah, another two onto the world. All right, the high priestess onto the world. It's like this, you may have dreams about places that you want to go, even if it's just daydreams, but I'm getting like that long list of places that you want to go. And it feels like your obligations, because we have another 10 here too. So twos and tens. Queen of Swords to the Ten of Cups. You may be held back by, familial obligations, like just whatever it is in your immediate space is not allowing you to break out. This feels like you want to break out of jail for free card. Like that Monopoly card is flashing in my third eye there. So this retrograde season is asking you to revisit your list. Like what is possible? What can you make possible for you to like kind of settle your nerves when it comes to this? What can you do that can keep you, satiated? Because it's like there's a degree of like not being satisfied with where you're at and what you're doing. So, and this is not the first time it's come around. Like, so what is it that you can do to kind of break out of that and really have those experiences that you want and be able to do the things you want, be around the people that you want without it feeling like a chore, without it feeling like an obligation? Just got some. Oh, surrender showing up here. Surrender says, I can release my need to control. That was on. And honesty. Yeah. Honesty says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Forgiveness and humor showing up on the underside here. You may use humor as a way to kind of like just tell jokes about what you want to do, but then, oh, I'm just kidding. No, you're not. So you got to start being honest with what it is that you actually want, because you can't expect for what you actually want to be able to enter your space if you're not being honest about what you want. So that would be your first step. And right now, like as it is, I'm getting that your circumstances, they can't be helped. Like you got to do what you got to do right now, but you can always make a plan. You can always make a plan to, change your circumstances if that's the case. I'm getting that you have more ties that it will be harder to do, but it's either that or stay stuck or stay what's the word? Feeling like you're burdened. So choice is yours. All right, Debbie, you would be next. And welcome to everyone that is new here. If you are feeling the vibe, if you're digging the messages, don't forget to subscribe. It's a cool growing tribe we have here, and I love to just interact with the peoples. Movie Red says, I'm stuck. What do you mean? Shackled. Oh. Well, that was supposed to be for Ronnie. But if you resonated with it, then it is a possibility that, more people, more than one, because that's the thing, like people don't really realize like how much we have in common, even separated by land, cultures, situations, ages, race, what have you. There are so many situations that just cross bridges. Okay, so if I'm reading for someone else and you're really like feeling the message, then it's probably something you need to hear as well. But I just want to definitely clarify. Blessings always. Blessings, blessings. All right. So, Debbie, are you still present? Um, and thank you, Blue Star. So, if you are just coming in, welcome. Tonight we are doing Mercury Retrograde reads to see if there's anything that needs a second glance. What Mercury Retrograde is asking you to take a look at. Because it's usually, Mercury Retrograde is like a revolving theme that comes around. Until you have dealt with the problem, it's going to keep showing up, especially around this time. And if you've been having a rough go of this retrograde season, my sympathies are with you. But hopefully, any messages that I have can help with that. All right, Debbie's here. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what is the message for Debbie when it comes to Mercury retrograde. Is there anything that needs a second look, a second glance? What needs to be revisited or addressed during this retrograde season? Let's see. And sending hearts as well. It feels long sometimes, right? Time is a very precarious thing. Messages for Debbie for retrograde. Okay. Ooh. More wanderlust energy. Very similar vibes. This is giving, I don't know, Debbie, if you listen to that last message, you may have resonated with some parts. These are very similar cards coming out. All right. Starting off again with the Three of Wands to Judgment in reverse, 10 of Pentacles, to the Lovers, King of Cups in reverse, and Strength. All right, so this is giving like the fork. You keep thinking about the fork in the road where you took the wrong direction. And it's asking you kind of like to heal from that, because it's like this seems to be a recurring theme from you, like thinking about the coulda, woulda, shouldas, when it seems like you have like a good, even though you felt like you chose wrong, there's still good things in your surroundings. Queen of Pentacles to the Sun. All right, so yeah, let's go through. Let me see the Lovers, the stretch. Yeah. So when it comes to family ties, all right, and this Lover's energy to the King of Cups in reverse, thinking about like those coulda, woulda, shouldas, like the decisions that you've made. It's not so much about that you ended up in the wrong place, or you felt like, or you actually made the wrong decision. It's about what is it that you actually want, and how to possibly attain that. If it's a different relationship, or if it's a different connection, say if you're in one right now but you wish you had chose somebody else, that that's a little, tricky. But as I said, you still have like good things surrounding you. You still have good energy around you. Like right now, it's asking you to kind of just like put that judgment in reverse, like to the side, because it's not like you made the wrong decision. You just made the decision that you thought was best at the time, which it really was. So to stand strong in that, right? Because if you're feeling any kind of reserves about how, the direction that your life has turned in, it's like really just looking at what is going right instead of what's going wrong right now. Because you do have some good things. Like, with most of our lives, there's the good and the bad, right? There's that ebb and flow, the ups and the downs. But I feel like you have with this Queen of opposed to the sun, like your disposition, like your disposition is pretty good. It's just like what's going on underneath needs to be like, you don't talk about. This is something it doesn't feel like you talk about to anybody. Regrets. And peace though. Okay, so this is asking, Mercury retrograde is asking you to let your regrets go. Okay, because you will find peace in this path that you have taken. It's just, it's taking a little longer than you would like. All right, so please, love showing up here. All right, so regardless of how things look now, stick with it, because it's not over. It's not done. It's not like, just because you don't see the good, like the really good things now, or really feel like tuned into this path, like you will, the sun will shine, like big mom energy. The sun will shine on your path, and you're going to be like, oh, that's why. Okay, the clarity will come later. Right now it's just, you're going through a season. Mercury retrograde is making you rethink the past, as it does to a lot of us. All right, past energies be popping up like, what you want? What the do you want? So no, you didn't make the wrong decision. Just give it time. All right, because you still got life left to live, and it's not over. It's not over. It's lover's energy. All right. So welcome to everyone new that's just coming in. I feel like I have a lot of new people here. So just to give y'all the rundown as far as what's going on, I'm not taking questions from the comments. This is a themed reading night. We're tapping into Mercury retrograde messages. What needs to be revisited? What messages, you need to hear, as far as not having another Mercury retrograde like that, where things from the past don't pop up because you have handled everything that needs to be handled. So if you are inclined to such a reading, let me see how much time I have. Oh, I got some more time. So I could probably take a couple more. If you are inclined to such a reading, so you're so very welcome. Shout out to Debbie from Scotland. All right. No regrets, people. No regrets. Anybody remember? I can't remember what commercial that was for, but somebody got a tattoo that says "No regrets." That's like how I like to joke when it says "No regrets," because really, why have regrets? Like, just try to make the best of where we at, and find those little pockets of joy when possible. Welcome from Germany. Yo, this is so dope. Got the international crew in tonight. I love it. Don't forget to subscribe. This cool little growing international tribe we got here. Yes, everything unfolds as it should. Now, granted, you can absolutely change your timeline and your trajectory if you really want to. But just know that there are karmic repercussions, because the path that you've laid out for yourself thus far involves people, right? So if you're trying to change up your entire life, then that means you also have to change up your circle. And a lot of people are not willing to do that. So you have to really decide, like, is it worth the life that you've built thus far? just to see what could have happened if you had done something different. And most of the times, it is not worth it. Let me not say most. It really depends. But a lot of times, a lot of times, it's not worth it. I'll make sure. I mean, hey, you know what? Open the door, let them walk in, let those that, are drawn, because I feel like the universe in particular right now is leading people very strongly to where they need to be and what they need to be doing. So if you feel like, and this is a collective message, if you feel like you are not living in your purpose, if you feel like you are not living in your authenticity and your truths, it is time to take those steps to do so. All right, because if you want better things, a better life, a better existence, better people around you, you have to be your true self. Otherwise, you're attracting people that are based off of your fakeness. What sense does that make? All right, so nope, not taking questions. Like, I know, I'm sorry. You must be new here, but I'm not doing questions tonight. We have a theme read for Mercury Retrograde. Tuesday is my viewer's choice night where you can come and ask your own questions. So come on back and visit me on a Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe. But yeah. Mercury retrograde be bringing back a whole lot of energies that we have to deal with, whether it be past people, situations, delays, annoyances. There's a whole lot that people leave unaddressed that gets regurgitated during Mercury retrograde. So we are asking what that is. We are asking, what messages does Mercury retrograde have for you to be able to progress to your next cycle? And thank you for the hearts on that. Yeah, I want to see more of those. Let's see more of the hearts. Whatever it is that y'all got to tap to show some love, do that. I love the love. And I'm sending them back. All right, so I have hi Jim. All right, so yes, if you would like a Mercury retrograde read, absolutely. Because I did not see anyone else that wanted such a read. But if you're just here to chill and vibe, that is all right. Just make sure you subscribe. And I did not mean for that to rhyme, but we here. All right, then let's see. Let's see. What does this Mercury retrograde want you to revisit, if anything? What is this cycle asking you to pay attention to? Much love to all of y'all. Ooh, mm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're starting off with the Ten of Cups to Temperance in mostly the reverse to the Seven of Wands. You see that, girl. King of Pentacles to the Moon to Justice. Okay. This Mercury retrograde is definitely asking for this to be your last one where you feel it's like it makes you feel some sort of way. This energy is probably very strong for you right now because we have like a few majors here, as well as the Hermit to the Nine of Pentacles. All right, so this retrograde is asking you to start to accept the attention and eyes that be on you. In a message that I was doing earlier, I was saying like people be people in, people are going to be them. You have to learn to accept those for who that they are and not try to change it, not try to, change their mind. Just let them be them and accept your place of balance here. Because with Father Sims in the reverse, it's like you run away from any kind of like attention on you, even if it's positive. Because we have the Ten of Cups here, and you're like, no, get away from me, step away, step away. I know them NPCs be bothering you, but some, just like some people are just drawn to your energy. You have a groundedness to you that people can't help but, oh, I want to get some wisdom from that guy. Especially with the hermit here, you have like things that you can teach, you have things that you can spread knowledge on, but it may be you're not comfortable having the spotlight on you with the moon here. You're not comfortable with that spotlight, but that's kind of where you're meant to be in a sense. With this justice, it's kind of like, have like you have the ability to really convey some powerful messages that people need to hear, or knowledge, or just, just be a presence. But you got to get over that. And he said, yes. And I get you. Listen, you are talking to one of the queens of introversion. All right. But I had to learn to be an ambivert, because with this being one of my purposes, like I can't just stay to myself. I couldn't just stay in hermit mode. And please believe I tried. But universe is like, no, kept nagging, and it will keep nagging you, okay? Until you accept. This is gonna be the universe like fighting you every, pretty much, I want to say not just Mercury retrograde cycles, but pretty much every cycle you're going to get this gnawing feeling. Like you may be comfortable to a fault in your introversion, but there's something still that is calling you to do more, and you've been ignoring it. So it's time to get out of that. Otherwise, it's going to just keep repeating. With justice here, it's going to keep happening over and over. I know it is comfortable to be in your own space with your own snacks and, your peace of mind. Trust me, I know. But can't do it anymore, my friend. Part of your purpose is to be out there. You may actually be like a whiz when it comes to finances. If you do any kind of like trading, investments, anything when it comes to like money, you could be giving people this advice. You could be being an advisor to people where you can call your own shots. You don't have to make yourself known to the public. You don't have to be out there for everyone to see. You could pick your clientele, but to at least put yourself out there, you gotta start doing that. Or not, and it just keeps bugging you. It's really your decision. This is about, choices here. And on the gut, indecision. I love a good confirmation. Yeah, you gotta decide. Because the nagging is not going to stop, right? Isn't this so funny how that happens? Like right on the cut. Oh my goodness. Or health also coming up on the cut there. So if you've been feeling like health wise, you can use like a little pick me up, or like increase your energy. I'm getting here that especially with temperance in reverse, like your energy levels like up and down. There's like an up and down kind of feeling there. But definitely if you have not had that checkup, time to get it. Time to get checked. Make sure the levels are good. Yep, relationships. Time to open yourself up. Relationship says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So remember I said, it doesn't have to be everybody. You don't have to, it's not a free for all. NPCs, come, let's talk. No, it doesn't have to be that. You can pick and choose. Friendship. You can pick and choose who, based off their energy, how you feel around them, who to allow in your space, who to serve, who to, So that is definitely, be careful with that, because people, if y'all don't realize by now, like sleep is very important. Even if you don't require that much, if your circadian rhythm is off, it can open you up to a host of different things, all right, and different ailments. So be careful with not getting enough sleep. If you know your body is tired, even if it's not just sleep you need to rest your body and your mind in particular. All right, so be careful of that. And that is a collective message. Let's get one more. Okay, two more. Ooh, what is this? Envy and forgiveness. This actually came out for another. Both of these at the same time came out for another reading earlier. Forgiveness says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Seven of Wands. Anything that has not been forgiven, it is time. It is time. And it may not have been that you were envious of somebody else. Maybe they were envious of you, and that's why the, relationship, connection, whatever have you, did not survive. But it doesn't matter. Gotta let that go. Let that ish go, peoples. Holding on to anything that does not serve your highest and greatest, pointless. Ah, yes, the NPCs. I mean, they serve their purpose for what it is, but if you are such a person that thinks on a higher level, that feels different, and I'm talking to all my visionaries, the black sheep, to those that have just walked through this life feeling different, feeling like there's something beyond this. It's because there is. I don't know if my mic picked that up, but it's time to start addressing the root. All right. So when it comes to just making sure that your Mercury retrogrades are, smooth sailing, you want to take care of everything that you're holding in, everything that you're not healing from, everything that you're in denial about. It is time to confront that. It is time to be fully open with yourselves, all right? Because that's the only way that a messy retrograde cycle is going to end. Trust and believe. The root or the rats. You know what? I never heard it being put that way, but yes. And coming from, a New York City native, we got plenty of those. Talking about the rats. But I choose to stay rooted. And when I say rats, literal and metaphorical. So, yeah. All right. So let me just do a quick collective message. Let me see. Let's do Moon Omens message. Do a quick collective before I head out. You're so very welcome, as always. And thank you. Get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. It's been a recurring theme. Bring 11 to the situation. New moon in Aquarius. And also look at the bigger picture. That is full moon in Sagittarius. All right. So I believe those, wait, do they come after one another? No, I think Capricorn is in between. But, all right, so when it comes to bringing love into situations, it's basically saying give people the grace that you always want to receive. All right, so, we want grace on an individual level on a day-to-day basis, right? So if you're not giving that grace, but you want to receive it, come on. Be real, be realistic, okay? Because the bigger picture is at hand. And the universe says that it's a balance to everything. So if you are taking more than you're giving, you're out of balance. So get back into it. And a personal. This feels more personal. You and your loved ones are safe. That's new moon in Cancer. So addressing any kind of concerns around a situation when it comes to either yourself, either you feel like you're not safe, or you're feeling what's that word? Anxious. No, it's another one. What's that word? Where you feel like, over, like somebody's watching you kind of thing. Like, no, you're safe. You're all right. And prosperity lies ahead. For those that are willing to take this Mercury retrograde serious and address issues, your prosperity is coming, and it'll be quicker sooner than later. All right, because in the year of the horse, things move faster. If you notice, time moment to moment may be slow, but on a whole, we're already like mid March. Like, where did the beginning of this year go? I don't know, but yeah. So yes. Thank you so much, and blessings to everyone. If you're here and you dig the vibe, you want to come back and visit for another reading. Tuesday will be my viewer's choice. I am on Sundays as well for spirit guide messages, so feel free to come and visit me. All right, don't forget to subscribe, and I will be back for more messages very soon. All right, but I am sending so much thanks and gratitude to everyone that is participating, to everyone joining the family.